Hey kids,
Hey, Dad.
what do you want to do today?
We don't know.
Want to go to the movies?
No.
Want to go to the water park?
No.
Want to go play disc golf?
Yeah. Let's go play disc golf.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RC Disc Golf Podcast. With me again is Keith from 4Bin Die Works and Collectibles. Keith, say hello.
How's everybody going? Hello.
Keith, you were just out. Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's OTB?
No, it's Disc East,
Disc
put on by
East.
the Disc Golf Expos.
Okay.
Disc South is coming up in March. That's down in Dallas, Texas, I think. But
Okay.
Disc East was Boxborough, Massachusetts, put on by Ben Kenny and his crew. Awesome time. If you haven't gone, you're really missing out.
Yeah, like I told you earlier, I've never heard of it or knew about it until this year because everybody's pages are blowing up with the all the fun things that were going on there. And I guess it was what, third year running?
It was their third year.
Mhm.
I didn't go to the first one, but I went the last year and then went again this year. It's really cool because you can get a hotel room right there, so you're staying with everybody else that's staying there. So it's like one big party. We were out playing like mini golf and other stuff like that until like 1 o'clock in the morning when the manager's finally like, all right, you guys, you got to cut it off.
That's awesome. Oh,
So
that's
it's fun.
great. I wish I knew about it sooner. I totally would have tried to go.
Yeah, just keep in mind last weekend in
Yeah.
January, they'll really start pushing it out November when they start getting their sponsors and announcing who's going to be there and stuff like that.
It'd be cool if I could set up a booth. Start interviewing some people coming by. That'd be
You could.
really fun.
They have I did not attend any this year, but they do have like little seminars, and one of them they had was a content creator. So they had Overthrow was there, Disc Golf World was there, Jesse from Trash Panda was there, a couple other guys. I'm sorry, I don't remember who you are, but yes, there was a lot of content creators that were there doing a panel. Simon and somebody else did like a live podcast for an hour that
Nice.
they were there. Steve Dodge did a presentation again, kind of a motivational speech. That guy is awesome. Love him. They had the disc golf, I think it was like the Northeast or Massachusetts Disc Golf Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So a couple
Ooh.
people got inducted there. That was fun.
Didn't know there was a Disc Golf Hall of Fame.
Neither did I until
Ah.
I said, they're like, come on, it's going on right now. Get in the room. I'm like, the room is full. I'm just going to keep going.
That's crazy.
Saturday nighttime activities was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
They had a 9-hole course set up in the woods right there at the hotel. So you could literally buy discs and then go right out and throw them on a 9-hole course.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was more than a pitch and putt. I mean, the average hole was between 225, a couple shorter holes, but they did
Okay.
have a couple over 300, which were nice.
Nice. All right.
So it was like really cool to like get to be able to throw a driver long into the woods into the night, and you lose it. It's like, oh, this is where it ended up. Cool. I did good.
Nice.
So yeah, that's during the day, but they converted it over to a glow course at night. So that was a lot of. I didn't play during the day. I played 9 holes at night with my buddies who I met out there. That was a lot of fun. I have a new glow product I'm going to talk about. I'm geeking
Yeah.
out over it. So I'll show that off kind of towards the end there a little bit.
All right. Well, let's get into this then.
Yeah, so the first day, Friday on the way out there, we got to stop and pay homage. So we
Mhm.
played Maple Hill. I had initially signed up just to play myself, and my girlfriend and stepson were going to walk along. And lo and behold, Tim Cooper and Sean Reed, a couple other guys, they parked right next to me. And they're like, hey. I'm like, hey. So I'm like, do you guys want to play? And they're like, sure. So we played the red, white, and blue layout, which was really cool. I actually shot really good. I shot a 4 over. Had a couple of birdies, which was awesome. That's really good. The last time I played that layout was 6 over, and my
Okay.
best on the reds there was 4 over. So the red, white, and blue, you're incorporating some of the longer plays. You play a couple holes over the water, a little bit more challenging shots, things like that.
Okay.
So that's really fun. So then after that, we went, got checked in at the hotel, grabbed some dinner. And then one of my friends who I volunteered with out at Maple Hill before, he was working at Union Square Hey Sam, Union Square guys.
Hey, shout out to Sam.
So he was there, and he's like, "Yeah, come on down. Like nobody's really checking anything. Come out, hang out." So I was down there milling around for a little bit. Saw him, and I brought some discs with me that I dyed for certain pros that were going to be there. And lo and behold, Gannon Burr just shows up out of nowhere milling around, and I happen to have his disc with me. So I'm like, Gannon, come here. I dyed this disc for you. Here's my card. If you ever want anything in the future. And he's looking at it. He's like, oh, that's really cool. So got his picture, got the disc, tagged him in Instagram, stuff like that. Went over and talked to my buddy Ivan at Dilicious Discs. He's got a booth there. He's got the most white blank discs that I've ever seen in one location, which was really, he had like all the manufacturers. He had like almost one of every mold. It was awesome.
Wow.
I was like a kid in a candy store. It was great. Plus he had a whole bunch of dyes too. Like I picked up a dozen new colors. I'm so overwhelmed I haven't been able to dye yet. So I talked to him, and then he had also dyed a disc for Gannon, and he just on his socials today just posted the video of that, giving it to him and stuff. So that looks really cool. He also did a spin dye for Simon, like right there. He showed a disc to him. Simon, got it signed. Simon's like, "Wow, that's really cool. Did you like? How long?" Like, I just did it right here about 10 minutes ago. And he's like, "Could you do one in German flag colors?" 15 minutes later, came back over with the disc all done.
Nice.
So that was awesome. Love Ivan. He's a great guy. So that was Friday. Saturday, got up early. We had VIP tickets for the weekend, so we got in an hour early before everybody else. So 9 o'clock the first day, I'm like, all right, we can go downstairs about 8:30, and the line is like through the lobby. It's zigzagging all through the mini course that they had set up and everything like that. Oh yes, they did have a mini course set up in the courtyard area where the pool is. That was really cool.
Wow. Any shots over the pool?
No. The pool is on the opposite end, but they had like
okay.
this big courtyard meeting place area.
No water carry. Mini
golf. Not unless you like threw really bad and threw it into like one of the little waterfall things, water features there.
Yeah,
but
that'd be fun.
You'd really have to crank a shot. So we got in line and we got through. We got our VIP bags, which is just a drawstring, had some stuff in there. But that brings us to the very first disc. Inside, every VIP got a Proton Prism Pixel. There's only 500 of these discs made. Which one is the camera? Here, I'll bring it on closer.
This one right here. I'll try it again. I can't get the preview up. That's fine.
So you can see there, it's got the cool Northeast Disco stamp on there and everything like that, the VIP. Feels really good. Only 500 of these made, so I feel good that I got a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen on the secondary markets, they're going $50, $60, $70 for these things. It's pretty crazy, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, right, for a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Once we got inside, my first thing was to get over to the MVP tent. They had limited releases of Eagles Range and Big Germ's Tempo. They did the Range on Saturday, the Tempo on Sunday. Unfortunately, they only had like 30 of each disc.
No,
so the first people that were waiting in line were there at 6:30 in the morning for a 9 o'clock entry just to get their hands on that disc.
Wow.
These were a little bit different stamped, I think, than the ones that were done for the pre-order that they had just completed.
Okay.
So I think that's why. I know the Tempo has the Dragonfly stamp that's going out to everybody. These ones had the Big Germ Lionheart stamp on them.
Oh, okay.
So it was a different stamp altogether, too. So it definitely sets them apart.
Damn, I wonder how much those are going to go for online.
Yeah, I haven't really seen too many of them, but I got my hands on a super, super special one. I'll tell that story in a little bit.
All right.
So continuing on with the MVP stuff, of course, the big draw that everybody was there outside of the other discs were the Balance. They had the version 2, version 3. So I already have version 1 that came out of the digital gyro boxes. This thing is like a beefcake. I know I have a bad arm, but even Simon says it's way too overstable for what he was looking for. So what they did is they came out with a couple of different ones. So there's a red stamp and a black stamp. So this red stamp, this is version 2. And then version 3 has the black stamp, and that one is not quite as overstable. So we kind of like got the version 1, version 2 is a little bit less over, and then version 3 is a little bit more what he's looking for. Simon has said that he's looking more version 3, but he hasn't made his mind up yet, but he's leaning that way. The cool thing is, these discs that I'm holding and Jimmy's holding, there is going to be one version 1 and version 2 that I'm going to dye up, and they will be up at Spartan. And you can check out my socials for when they're going to be up there, so you can go get your hands on one of these, because I don't think they're going to be releasing these with the Simon prototype stamp on them.
Oh, you're going to leave the stamp on it too?
Yeah, I'm going to leave the stamp on there,
Nice.
and I'll just dye around it. Do something cool, like, the black will pop out pretty good. The red, I'll do something complimentary.
Nice.
And, of course, you got to get one signed. So
Yes.
this goes on the wall, goes up. And Paul Kranz was also there. So was Landon Brooks. I had gotten and talked to Landon when I was at MVP. So he had the same disc there. I didn't feel like I needed to get another wave or whatever he was saying for his disc, but my stepson got one, which was cool. But I did pick up one of Paul Kranz's Pixels and got him to autograph that. That's his tour stamp there. That's pretty cool. I like that one. So after one of the cool things is waiting in line at MVP as people were cashing out. You actually had a chance to interact with Simon and the other people behind the thing there. I also gave Simon a disc, which was really cool. I did a trail, and I did this like spiral kind of thing, combined and mashed up with his Simon line logo. Okay. Jimmy's got pictures. He'll be posting those a little bit later. But Simon was just looking at it. He's like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. How'd you do that?" And he's like spinning on his finger. So I was pretty excited about that. But standing there, waiting, we got to talk to him. And I was telling him, like, yeah, me and my buddies, we were out playing Maple Hill yesterday. And we were walking across the pond at hole 8 there. And it was just kind of cool. It's like too bad he couldn't get out there and skate. He's like, there was like 2 days where I could have got out there, and my schedule just didn't allow it. And then it snowed, and I'm hoping that it kind of opens up again, because I really want to do another one of those videos, because that was just a lot of fun.
That was really cool watching him do that.
Yeah, like,
wonder how many times he missed going by.
Yeah, I don't know, but I can tell you, whenever I watch that video, I say some not so nice things like Simon, Simon, every time he makes one of these, because he just makes it look so damn easy.
Yeah, it's too easy for him.
Speaking of that Maple Hill, one of the holes that we did get to throw is we threw from the white tees on hole 8, which of course is the big water hole, the 8 holes that everybody goes crazy and everything like that. So, we each threw like 3 or 4 shots from there. That was pretty cool. And we didn't really have to worry about losing a disc, because it was completely frozen over. So if it did happen to skip out, we just picked it up on the way across.
Yep.
It was pretty surreal, though, standing in the middle of the pond, like looking at the basket and looking back at the tee, and like wow, this is like, not every day I get to stand in the middle of a water hole and kind of admire it. So
yeah, not around here. No.
So we got to do that. We played 14 black, which is the FPOT. That's the one that goes right along the side of the water.
Okay.
It's the same basket that's down there on the side that the men throw to. So we kind of deviated. We played 14 black instead of 14 white. I got everybody semi-lost for a minute because I went to the wrong hole and zigzagged back and forth. So that was fun, but we all made it, and we all had a good time there. So anyway, circling back, so got done with MVP, talked to Simon, got through there. That was really cool. So then we made our way over to the Discraft side of things. Give me a sec. So Discraft is around the corner. Ken Climo was set up. I'll show you the Climo disc here in a second, but we'll do over the Discraft stuff. So ever since the Buzzsaws came out, I wanted to get my hands on one, so I finally got like a yellow one, which is awesome. Whole bunch of different colors there, and you can actually feel the little bit of it.
There,
yeah, you can feel the difference in the plastic there. It's like an undermold, overmold, something like that. I was just grabbing discs. Like if it was a disc, I'm like, oh, I'm grabbing this, and whatever. So I had grabbed this one, I think, first. This is one of the Scorches. It's like a Jawbreaker confetti plastic ESP. I don't know Discraft plastics, but it's got some colors in there. It's kind of translucent. Looks pretty cool. And again, like the Buzzsaw, you can feel the flames on the bottom of them.
Yeah.
It gives like a little bit of a tackiness. And I just absolutely loved that stamp. They had a whole bunch of them there. I could have took all day going through the different color combos, but I just settled with the green and purple because those are kind of like my 2 favorite colors.
You know what it reminds me of?
The Hulk?
No, I was going to say, well, the green, of course, but you know the old skate company, Spitfire?
I don't, but this does look familiar. It looks like something you'd see out of like Fallout 3 or something like that, the Fallout video games.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was called Spitfire, and they
Okay.
made like snowboards and some skateboard stuff. My buddy had a snowboard, a Spitfire snowboard. So I mean, if you guys remember that, let me know
Yeah,
if
please
I'm
do.
correct,
But
because it looks almost identical to that logo.
yeah, I love the stamp. I could have
That's so
gotten like
cool.
5 different colors. They had orange with red, and
Ooh.
yeah, that was a pretty sick one. But
Nice.
this one caught my eye. So one of the other big draws that they had there was the Jawbreaker Confetti Lunas. So we were able to get one of those. And the cool thing is you can't really see it, but it's got kind of like a relief stamp in there.
Yeah, it's a little translucent type of stamp. Yeah.
I kind of go different angles so maybe you can kind of see a tiny little bit of it. So we got one of those. And then they did this. Oh, hang on, I'll save that one for last. So then the other thing they did, they had there was AB's new disc. Now everybody's heard of the Cicada. This is the Cigarra, which is Spanish for cicada. So I was able to grab a couple of these. Pretty cool colors and bright. They got a nice little test flight with the AB logo on the bottom of them. So I'm pretty excited to get out and try these, see how they fly. I do like the cicadas.
Mm-hmm.
So if they fly anything like those, they might be a little bit more overstable, I think. But we'll see. We'll see when they get out there and throw them.
I've only tried like a couple of disc crafts, like the Meteor, Meteor, and I think a Nuke. I think was the only other one I tried, and I've lost both of them now. I don't
Oh,
even
really?
have them anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't. I don't know how I feel about them yet, because I kind of had those two for only like not even a month before I lost them in the woods or water. I actually don't even know where the Meteor went. I think it was like Pinewood somewhere.
One of my
People lost
very
it in the
first
leaves.
discs was a very beat up Buzz. I still have it actually. Now I need to put it back in my bag because I haven't found anything like it. In 23, I picked up the 20th anniversary Buzz when I was out at Maple Hill. The PDGA Pro Shop on Wheels had one like for $20. I was just like, because you were finding them like 30, 35. I think they were like 25 on sale initially, and then aftermarket prices they were way up there. So I found one, and I started throwing it, and it is like a laser beam for me. The big story that I like to tell about throwing it, hole 18 at Emory, I threw my tee shot and ended up off to the side where that like little wood gazebo thing is. I had between the tree and that gazebo to get my shot, and I had about 225 straight to the pin, and I just let that thing fly, and it went on a rope, and it just curled at the last second, and I had like a 5-foot putt in for my par.
That's very nice. I have thrown the Buzz before, and I'm not going to lie, I think it's a little overrated. The hype behind the Buzz.
I can see it. The cool thing with the 20th anniversary, though, is it has the Buzz top and it has the Wasp bottom. So it's kind of like a mashup. So it's a little bit different than your standard Buzz.
Yeah. I mean, the stamps and the colors on them are phenomenal. They all look awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think the disc overall, I think, is a little overplayed.
Yeah, it's one of the big names that's been out there forever, I think. And everybody,
Yeah. The only disc graph I have is that Raptor next to you. Second one up above the river.
Oh, that one there. Okay.
Yep. That's the only disc graph I have now. So that's why it's on the wall. I don't want to get rid of it.
Well, you may want to grab this one if you can wrest it from my hands here.
Oh, yeah.
So they did, of course, everybody's talking about the AB and Macbeth mashup disc that they were doing. And man, oh man, this thing is a gem. It's a Luna. And the stamps they picked like 2008 Macbeth and like early teenager Borelli, who's got like really long hair. So I got both of them to sign that
to
disc.
To be honest with you, those pictures are probably from the same year.
Probably, but yeah, it looks awesome. In fact, AB is wearing an Uli stamped hat. If you look at that,
that is funny. Yeah, that's great.
So that's even like that brings a full circle there. That's pretty cool.
So is Luna only a putter?
Luna is a putter. It was Macbeth's putter for a while.
Yeah,
throwing and putting. Now he's using the Kratos, but I think he still throws it. AB throws it.
I was double guessing myself because thinking that they had a Luna mid range or something because these guys are throwing them like 400 feet.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
It's insane.
So on the other side of Discrafts, that was Ken Climo, of course.
Mm-hmm.
he parted ways. I think it was with was that Innova? Or,
I actually don't know what he was with.
yeah, whoever he was with, he parted ways with them, and
Seems to be
started
happening
his
a
own
lot.
thing.
It's happened a
So
lot this year.
yeah. So he's got his own discs. He's got a putter, a mid, and a driver, and he had prototypes there. So this is called the Prototype Champ, which is the putter. It's got a good gummy
got a nice grip to
tacky
it.
feel.
Not a fan of the beaded rims though, but this isn't.
I'm
it's not
to them. Yeah,
It's not too big, so I think that's what makes a difference.
yeah, it's not real deep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a cross between a dagger and a pixel. Dagger being a little shallower and the pixel being really deep. Then we got the Bel Air, which is the prototype. This is the prototype mid-range. This has got a really, really good feeling plastic. It's almost like the Neutron MVP plastic, I would say.
Okay.
But it's got a really, really good feel to it. And then the last one is the prototype Skyway. This is the driver. It's an 11 speed. 11.4 -3.1. So we got that one there. Hold up the profile for you. A little domey, so I'm expecting it to kind of glide a little bit. So the other thing that they had there too, in addition to that, they only made 200 of these, but they made all through the prototype discs in a black plastic. I didn't know this until after the fact, but when they were putting them and packaging them up in the factory, all of the workers were wearing like black gloves. There's only 200 of these discs, so they were taking it really super seriously. I took the discs out of the plastic just to look at them, and they went right back in. So my hands are the only ones that have touched these two. I'm not going to take them out of the plastic there. I will take this one out just so you guys can get a clear look at the stamp and the signature. But I got Climo to sign this one, so myself and Climo are the only two who have touched this one here. So it's pretty cool. It's nice black plastic. Feels really good. Feels good enough that you want to throw it, but given what it is, you're not throwing it.
I mean, yeah, but like, what is the significance of making them and not touching them?
Like, yeah, that's a good. I should put them on the wall. Oh, I'm going to put them on the wall eventually.
Well, yeah, I know you would, but like, why come out with the line at all if nobody's gonna be touching them?
Well, collector series. People collect this stuff, and with the autograph, I haven't seen them on the secondary markets yet, but I'm expecting them to be pretty pricey.
I would bet.
I know they sold out of everything that they had, so them and Discraft, they were sold out by midday on Sunday.
Oh, I bet. That's insane.
So those discs were really cool. I didn't even know. Like, I saw that there's a black disc thing on the table, and I had these, and I'm like, oh, can I just get one of those black discs there for him to sign? And they hand me a box, and I'm like, oh, I bought a whole collector's set. I didn't want that, but now I have it, and it's pretty cool. So I gotta do something there.
That's crazy.
All right, so that was the first real big purchases that everybody wanted to get into. The rest of the day was just kind of milling around, checking what everybody had. They had the main exhibit floor, then they had like a secondary room. That's where they had some other manufacturers. A lot of the content creators were over on that side. Brixton Cards or Collectibles, they were there, and they were announcing, their new owners. So Macbeth, Ulibarri, Adam Hammis, and Cleese. I can't remember his first name, but he's a Major League Baseball pitcher.
Okay.
So the four of them are the co-owners of this now, and they were releasing all kinds of different cards. Dylan Cleese, I believe his name is. So they had a whole bunch of different cards from him, kind of hyping that stuff up and everything. So that was really cool.
Okay.
There's a few disc dyers there. I got to meet a guy from Appalachian Disc Dyes, so that was really cool. We had done an exchange back and forth over the summer, so it was nice to actually get to meet him and talk to him and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Marshall Street Disc Golf, which is just down the road from MVP. They're the ones that we weigh every disc.
Shout out to Marshall Street. I buy a lot of stuff from you guys.
Nice. So did we.
That's where half of these discs on the wall came from, was Marshall Street.
So yeah, they were there. I might as well just get into the discs that they were selling there. So,
all right.
They were the ones that were selling Trash Panda's new disc called the Canyon. So that was really cool. And again, this is kind of like the Luna. It's got that relief stamp in there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But that's it there. It's just kind of... So this is clear plastic mixed with red, and it came out orange.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool how they did that, but it's pretty gummy. This one is signed by Jesse. I've got one that I'm going to be able to throw later. But that was pretty cool. Jesse's a super humble guy. We had an opportunity to talk to him as he was signing the discs, and I'm like, listen, you're really pushing the envelope for people being responsible in disc golf, the manufacturers. Like, you started doing this in your garage, and now, Discraft has their ESP 100% recycled, and MVP has their R2 line. Like, you really pushed these guys into a good direction, and you deserve a lot of credit for it. And he's just a very humble. He's like, thank you. My thanks and accolades comes from you guys recognizing it and letting me know that.
So, is it any type of plastic? Like, they can take plastic bottles and make it into a disc?
No, it's only these are all recycled discs.
Okay.
If you haven't already, go check out the Trash Panda channel on YouTube. Yeah. He explains the whole process. Like, we started watching when he was hand cranking discs with a big freaking pry bar in his garage.
Yep, same.
He was just making minis at that point. So, from where he was to where he is, man, I hope you just keep going, because that's awesome what he's doing. And he's growing the sport in the right way. We throw a lot of plastic, which isn't really conducive to the environment when we leave it behind. So it's always better if we can recycle it and turning it into something new and keep rehashing them if we have to. On the topic of the environment, we'll just segue right into this one.
All right.
So Clash Discs was releasing a new disc series called the Planty series, Planty. The cool thing about this is it says right on the stamp, responsible disc golf bioplastic. So this is a plant-based, bio-based plastic. There was no petroleum-based used even in the release gels or anything like that for it. This is the berry. You can see there. So at some point, if this isn't recycled, this will disintegrate into the earth.
Yeah.
But it'll do it in a nice way, not a bad way.
That's awesome, yeah. And it does feel really good in the hand.
Yeah, I bought their
nice little squishy top. I like those, by the way. I don't like them when they're super hard. I like that little bit of play in the top.
Yep.
This is great.
I bought the release last year too. The Tone, that was their undermold. That was one I didn't even know that they had it. I was this was last year, so I was standing talking to somebody, and Chris Toscano from Buffalo shows up, and I had saw him a couple times. I'm like, hey, what are you waiting for? What are you doing over here? He's like, oh, Clash Disc. Every hour, 6 people get picked at random to get a chance to get this disc. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, whatever. So I was just standing there, and Chris is like, oh yeah, they're getting ready. It's like top of the hour or whatever. And then there's this guy speaking Swedish, just like da 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 da, whatever. And then somebody else just like, here you go, hands me the disc. And I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, well, you got to buy it, but if you want it, it's yours. You're one of the winners. So I'm like, okay. So I grabbed that one. And now I got their
you still had to,
this year.
So you were a winner, but you still had to buy it?
Yeah.
Okay.
it was you won the chance to buy the disc.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Well, the cool thing is later in the afternoon, so there was only like 6 of us that happened to be standing there, so we just kind of got picked. But earlier on, I guess a lot of people had missed out because they were all standing there trying to get their hands on it. But good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, I guess so.
So kind of jumping backwards a little bit, while I was waiting in the MVP line, Thought Space was there, and they had their new disc called the Expanse. And James Proctor was wandering around, so I was able to snag a couple of those. So there's that's the green stamp.
This thing looks cool.
And then this is kind of like the purple stamp. If you haven't guessed, I like purple and green.
If people haven't guessed, I like bright colors too. By the last video I put up, all my putters are yellow.
Interesting.
Right
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
I got them out because I wanted to show you a couple of them. We'll do that later.
All right, I'll save this one disc for last because it ties into some cool stories here. But so Innova was there. They had some stamped release stuff. So I enjoy throwing the Mamba, Star Mamba to be exact. So this is a Halo Star Mamba that I picked up. That's got a stamp that was unique to the weekend. At least that's what they said.
Yeah, I can't really make out what it is.
It's it's a basket that's kind of like a tree branch kind of growing, and it's got like ferns and stuff going behind it. It's pretty cool.
Okay, now I can see it.
And then they had a bunch of Toros that had this cool stamp on it. It was like orange and green and yellow and blue and stuff like that. So I grabbed one of the orange ones, and this disc right here that I'm holding is going to be a mystery surprise at the Fat Man's Putting League coming up on February 5th, this coming Wednesday.
So this will come out after that. So let us know if this is now your disc.
If this is your disc, let me know.
Yeah, leave a comment down below that you won this disc at Putting League.
It's going to be inside of a red drawstring bag, so you're not going to know that you won this disc until you open up the bag, but this is what's going to be inside of there.
Yes. I would love to hear from you guys. That'd be cool. What else we got?
No, I'm going to jump into the glow stuff real quick, because I do, like I said, I want to save that one.
Okay.
So one of the products that they have there, for anybody who likes to play glow golf, there's this place called Glow Labs. And their product is called Get Lit. So what it is, it's just a thing that looks like a disc. And you can see here, this is not really glowing that much. This is an MVP tempo. And you just literally slide it in, 1, 2, 3, and you have a fully charged disc ready to go. And again, just quick and easy, completely blank, 1, 2, and now I'm ready to go putt. That's my pixel.
It is crazy how quick that is.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the other cool thing is, so if you put it with the flight plate out, you get the glow. But we were playing around with this earlier. If you put it with the flight plate against the thing, you can see all these like little light bulbs here.
Hopefully you can.
And then you pull it out, and then you get all of like the little individual lights instead of it all glowing. I don't know how well that'll come out. Maybe we can play around with the lights off a little bit later and get some shots there or something like that.
I could probably knock down one of them. Let's see here. A little bit better, a little not better.
We'll see. Well, we'll test it. As I mentioned earlier, MVP was doing the release of the Tempo, which is Big Germ's signature disc, the first one coming out. The one that was available for pre-order has a dragonfly stamp on it. They only had like 30 of them, I think. The ranges and the tempos that were available at the expo. The ones that were given out for sale all had like Big Germ's lion heart stamp or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me 1 second here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my buddy Sam, who works at Union Square, he was able to get one of the tempos, but it doesn't have a stamp on it. So this is the Glow Tempo that has the it's the Proton, I don't know, sparkly eclipse stuff. But if you can see, it's kind of like a little star field in there. So it's like really cool how that looks.
Let me try this one. Let me see this.
I'll get it charged up really good here.
Let's try that now.
Might be that light over there too.
It might be, but that one's, I'm not reaching for that one. Yeah, there you go. You know, we can see it glowing. Little stars in there.
Yeah, little stars. So that's really cool. So this one was thrown when we played our glow round, and then
now I want to see the charger. I want to see that.
So yeah, my buddy Sam threw this, and then after the glow round, we exchanged. I gave him one of the Proton Prism Pixels that I got, and then he gave me this one here. Hooked me up. Love you, Sam.
Thing.
Yeah, it charges right up.
It's like one of the only glows that I have.
Here, we'll see if we can get this one going pretty good with the little light bulb look. Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. I hope that shows up.
I think you can see it a little bit. Yeah, you can see it.
All right, cool. So $80. You know,
Which actually, that's not that bad.
And it's It's got a battery inside, USB-C chargeable, and it comes with the charging cables and stuff like that you need for it. So it's like really super cool. I was kind of geeking out. 4 people used it over a 9-hole course, so 36 holes altogether on the partial charge that it had coming in. And as you can see, it's still charging discs, no problem whatsoever. So I probably won't charge it until I know I'm going to go play like an 18 holes or something like that in the spring or fall or whatever.
That's crazy. That's a good buy right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you're one that's really into doing glow downs, which I'm not because I have no way to charge a disc.
Oh, now we do.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to. I already mentioned it to Kevin at Spartan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take this up here and show him. So hopefully he'll be able to get his hands on a few of them, and maybe we'll see him at Spartan.
I want to get What's that thing that records your flight and
Oh,
everything?
the test. It's a oh.
Is it?
I know. My gosh,
I
the
wanted it,
tech disc.
tech disc. Yeah, I wanted to say test flight. I'm like, that's not it. But yeah, I want to try out that tech disc and see what my form actually is doing for me.
Innova and I forget who else it was, but there was a couple different people had the tech disc set up,
Mm-hmm.
and you could actually play different holes. Like
Oh
Innova had it set
yeah,
up to where you could play Winthrop, the island hole with the hay bales. You
yeah.
could set it up to play that. You throw the disc, and then it tracks the flight and everything for you. Um, the other one, we were able to do the same thing. We played hole 8 at Maple Hill. They had a couple other different holes you could do up there.
So
It
it's
was
a
so
it's a
cool.
it's a simulator now,
It kind
right?
of, yeah, yeah. They're able to take it tracks everything. I mean, it tracks your release angle, your nose angle, your release speed, your arm speed. If there's any wobble in the disc,
Mm-hmm.
everything. But it can take all that information and put it into the computer and determine what the flight of your disc would have been. So you throw it, it takes a couple
Mm-hmm.
seconds, and then it'll actually show what your flight of your disc did and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I would love like one of those golf simulators around here for disc golf. I've seen a couple videos online of them. I mean, obviously they're not super accurate because you can land
No,
like
but I
next
mean,
to the you can
yeah,
land next to the basket and it says that it went in. But I mean,
close enough. I know
yeah,
Spartan has a tech disc, and they actually have, I think, the longest indoor test drive thing at 100 feet. I don't know if it's in the state or somewhere. It's a big one, and it's
hmm
here, so we're all fools if we don't take advantage of
yeah, right.
it.
I just want somebody that actually knows that's like pretty knowledgeable about throwing and playing to like go over my stuff and give me some pointers of how to fix it, maybe to get more distance or whatever else,
I know
more
they've
stability, maybe.
I know they've got like Charles Quinn's up there, Trevor Goodyear's up there,
Hmm.
a couple other guys, but there's also Sam and Jeremy.
Yeah.
They're big. I've been working with Sam on the weekends here during the off season here and there. So he's available for lessons. If you're looking for stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Always.
a lot of those guys, if you just reach out to them, they will give you like a form review.
Okay.
If you just ask them like, hey, going over form, can you give me pointers or tell me what I'm missing here? This is what I see. Can you tell me what you see?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
All right.
That'd be pretty cool. If you could get to talk to Sam, he could actually do some live form review right here. Break it all down for you.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I would have to think about that though.
how badly do I want to really get into
Expose myself online. No, I mean
Yeah,
it's just no. This I'm just not set up to be messing around in here with all the kid stuff and the video game stuff set up right there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I would have to clear all that out. But
All right. So I saved the best disc for last, I think. So all the pros were there. You had Macbeth and Anthony Barella. Paul Kranz wasn't even Paul and Landon Brooks weren't even really advertised as being there, but they were there. Same thing with Maddie Bell.
mhm.
James Proctor was there. Will Schustrick was there. As part of Prodigy. Simon, of course, Gannon. But Casey White was there. So I dyed a Star Wars disc for him. So I was able to give that to him earlier in the day on Saturday. And then, we went and we picked up his FD1, the new Skywalker. This is a stamp that he did just for the weekend. So I got him to sign that one, which is pretty cool. And then Saturday night happened.
Yeah.
So after me and my guys got done playing the glow around, we went inside and it's like, all right, what are we going to do? Oh, I hear the Northeast Women's Disc Golf Club is putting on karaoke in the hotel bar. All right, so we go in, grab a table, grab a beer, sitting there listening to it. A few people are going, whatever. Nobody's really going up there. And then the lady running is like, don't make me bully you people into coming up here and singing anything. Let's go. And at that exact same moment, poor Casey White walked into the bar.
Oh, nice.
I see him, and I just start chanting his name. Casey. The entire bar starts chanting his name. He's like, what am I getting myself into? So he gets dragged up front with his girlfriend, takes his jacket off. They tell him what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Hall & Oates comes on, and he starts belting out Man-Eater. Casey White has a good voice, and he knows how to work a crowd.
That's great.
So he did that one. We were all loving it. So that kind of got the crowd energized. Me and my buddies had done a couple of them.
Not gonna lie, this is my nightmare. I've never done karaoke. Have no desire to do karaoke. So to be bullied into doing karaoke is my nightmare.
um, there was a song that he sang. Yeah, Dance With Me. Nope, that's not it. Dang it. It's like tone one or one tone or something like that. But he did this one song, "Dance with Me," and he actually did the singer's voice too. So it was like, "Dance with me." It was like a weird voice. I can't even do it.
Oh, okay. I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, but he like did that one again, like walking around the crowd. The favorite one that he did though is he did CeeLo Green, like "F you" and "F you too."
Oh, yeah?
So he's just like walking around the crowd, looking at various people, like an "F you" and a "F you too." It was awesome. So of course, not wanting to be outdone by the one and only Casey White, I go up there in my exact outfit that I'm wearing, my Cosmic Disc Golf tracksuit and hat. Shout out to Dave from Cosmic Disc Golf. Have fun in Mexico, buddy.
All right.
He's down there for fish right now. Last night, he's on his way home, so it was a well-earned break for him. He had a long drive, long weekend going in for the expo and everything like that. But so, anyways, so I go up there and I grab the mic and I tell the lady, like, "Hey, you got the song?" She's like, "Yeah, of course." I'm like, "All right, go ahead, put it on there." So I just go and I stand in the middle, and the music hits, and everybody's like, "Oh." I bust out the best version of "Baby Got Back" by Sir Mix-a-Lot that anybody in the state of Massachusetts has ever heard. I gave the mic drop at the end to wild cheers and applause. My stage name was Dr. Cheeser because when I volunteer there, I work at the grilled cheese stand called Cheesers.
All right.
So I went as Dr. Cheeser. So that was Saturday night. We closed the place down. They kicked us out at 1, and that's when they said, you can't go over here. Jeff Spring, the tour director from the Disc Golf Pro Tour, he didn't know this, but he brought in some beer and some people were drinking it around the mini course and everything. And the hotel manager got all ticked off, like, "Get the outside beer out of here! I'm shutting it all down. You guys are." So he started buying beer en masse from the bar, just to keep going and staying open, everything like that. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And then so Sunday morning we get inside and I wanted to grab another disc from Casey. And he happened to be standing there, and he's like, "Yo, Dr. Cheeser, what's up, dude? That was awesome." We're like giving each other like high fives, low fives, and everything. So I really hope it made an impression on him because I gave him the disc with my card. We geeked out over Star Wars.
Nice.
I showed him some of the other Star Wars discs that I've dyed, and he's like, "Yeah." So I'm hoping that at some point when he gets his van done and everything, he reaches out and I can dye a couple discs for him. But
that'd be cool.
But Simon, Anthony, Barella, Gannon, and Casey all have a disc that I've dyed for them, and we'll see. I gave Casey a DD, and he said that he needed a new DD, so maybe that'll end up in his bag. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
Maybe
see it on coverage this year,
or even just he throws it in a video or something like that. Like, I got this cool disc. Let's see how it flies, even if it doesn't fly for him. Just the fact that I saw it fly once out of his hands on coverage or on his channel or something. That would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
So unfortunately, I didn't get to really stick around for any of the seminars that they had. They had a full schedule of events. Steve Dodge from Maple Hill, he gave another talk about inspirational stuff. The Women's Disc Golf Expo or Women's Disc Golf, they did a thing, a round table or a panel. There's a content creator panel that was there. A few other things that were going on. And they also had like a Hall of Fame induction ceremony that was there on Saturday night, 6:30. They're like, "Come on, get in here." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to play mini golf. Leave me alone." And unfortunately, we didn't really get to stick around too much on Sunday because we wanted to get back so we could be back in time for the kickoff. So we left at 11 o'clock. Had everything packed up, got home, made it in time to watch kickoff, only to have our hearts ripped out.
Yeah,
we should have stayed in Massachusetts.
It was a crappy game.
Anyways,
yeah.
So that was the Disc Golf Expo. A lot of fun. If make the trip out there. They're actually talking about expanding it and making it bigger next year, so it might not even be in Boxborough. It might be somewhere else.
Okay, I was just going to ask you if it moves around or stays in the same spot.
No, the first 3 years have been right up at the Boxborough Regency. It's a hotel and conference center, so it's super easy to walk from the expo area. You walk through a small courtyard and there's rooms like right there.
Nice.
So it was like a 30. Every time you need loaded up on discs, it was easy to walk back to your room and drop them off and go back and get more.
Mm-hmm.
We brought the bags, we just filled them up, and then we dumped them out and came back again. So
Very cool.
that was always fun. But yeah, I mean, there's courses out there. There's a course at the thing. You know, you can play courses on the way out there, on the way back, depending on weather, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of fun. Don't miss it next year. There's all kinds of limited releases on discs. You know, it's a good chance to meet the pros.
Yeah.
You know, here's a good little story. My stepson Keegan, who's 15, he I tried getting him in the throw-in plastic for a while, and he'd go out there and kind of chucking around, never really get into it or whatever. But he went to the expo with us this year, and he kind of went because he wasn't really old enough to stay home by himself for the weekend, that kind of thing. But he ended up buying a brand new bag, and he filled the bag with discs, and he is excited to get out there and play now. He's like, I got to go meet some of the guys that I always hear about and I see on TV. It was pretty cool to like talk to them. Now I'm getting into it more. So I'm checking out his YouTube stuff, and I'm seeing, you know, there's more disc golf stuff popping up in his feeds and everything like that now. Nice. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna get him out there. He isn't really throwing it all, so I'm gonna get him out there and teach him right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get him working with Sam here in a little bit, but teach him right, and then you know, he's tall, lanky, got long arms, so maybe we can get him turned into the next Gannon, but just on a severely you know, he's a few years behind.
yeah, it's all right. That'd be cool. I mean, my kids always want to come with me. I think more for like the aspect of just being out in the woods.
Right. Yeah.
But my son always has to throw before me, so it's great having him out there. So
yeah, just keep them. Even if they just want to throw off the tee and then just put the disc in the basket, whatever they want to do, keep them engaged and keep them going on.
Well, he'll throw and then run up to it, throw it again as we're walking up to my disc, and he'll just keep doing that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it actually tires him out a lot more. So like halfway through the course, he's kind of like done with it.
That's good.
But you know, it is what it is. We bought these dyno discs for him.
Yep.
So
I bought a few of those when I started.
They're like what, 120 grams or something?
Yeah,
like
and it's like a base plastic, like a gummy base rubbery plastic.
Yeah.
I tried dyeing a couple for Jimmy Carmen's kid.
My dog actually got a hold of this one. There's a couple teeth marks in it.
It didn't really accept dye too well, unfortunately. But oh yeah, that was the other thing too. My poor buddy Ivan at Delicious Discs. When I saw him on Friday night, and I saw his setup. This guy's got more blank white discs that I've ever seen in my life in one spot. So I told him, like, hey, I'm gonna come over and clear you out tomorrow. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. So when I got to his site or his spot or whatever, I started picking up discs and I'm grabbing dyes, and I got this big huge pile. He wasn't there. He was out grabbing some food. So his assistant is like a frantic woman writing all this stuff down in her book. And you know, he sees me. He's like, hey, Keith, you know, great, yeah, you finally came over, huh? She's like, yeah, did he ever? And he's like, oh, he picked up a couple of dyes, huh? She's like, yeah, and the rest of it's behind you. Oh, my God. I grabbed like 24, 30 discs from him, blanks.
Wow.
Like, I got everything. So if you're looking for a disc to be dyed, chances are I may have a blank of it right now. So reach out and let me know, because I got all white stuff. Got a lot of Discraft, a lot of MVP. I think I got a couple of Prodigies.
Any Daredevil?
No, I don't think I saw those there.
Yeah, didn't think so.
But yes,
I'm getting back into Daredevil.
I'm
starting to love him again.
But I got a whole bunch of blanks. So if you're looking for some dyes, reach out. I have a couple of custom orders I'm going to be doing. I'll give everybody a heads up now. I'm going to be doing a limited release Star Wars disc. I did a stamp last year for Jimmy Carmen. And I told him that it took me quite a bit to get that stamp the stencil finalized. So I told him I'd give him exclusive rights for it for 1 year, and then I'm going to do 5 discs. I'll wait to release what it's going to be, but it's a pretty cool playing card with Anakin and Darth Vader on it. It's kind of like half and half.
Okay.
I haven't decided whether I'm just going to do black and white with colored lightsabers, or whether I'm going to try to do like a full color thing yet. But
all right.
there's only going to be 5 of those available, and then I'm not going to do any more of them again. That stamp or that stencil, I'll keep it, but I'm never going to produce it again. And I'm going to start doing like a Star Wars series. I think every year I'll just do 5 discs or something like that. So
very cool.
I just have to work with my stencil artist who draws all my pins and stuff like that, and see if I can do a collaboration with him on it.
All right.
But yeah, so be looking for that pretty soon. So May the 4th be with you, and we'll have some discs out there for sale.
Very nice.
I haven't decided whether it's going to be all in one mold or if they're going to be different molds or whatever. I got to figure that part out yet. It gives people options whether they want to throw it or it's going to be a wall disc or whatever. Got to figure that part out, but I got some time to do that.
Yeah, because if something's that cool looking, I'm going to be reluctant to throw it for sure. You know.
Yeah.
It's like even the ones that I got for PDGA memberships, I never throw them because I like the stamps on them.
Oh yeah, I throw my discs. I got the turtle disc. I throw that one. Like the balances that I have, the version 1, 2, and 3. I'm throwing those discs, but I'm not throwing them at all in any location where there's a potential where they could be lost.
Yeah.
These are going to be thrown like the middle of the fields at Joseph Davis or the Dizzle or something like the Dizzle ECP. You know, wide open courses where the chances of losing a disc are slim to none.
Yeah.
Just because of the uniqueness of them, and I've had enough discs that have grown feet. You know, when they fall out of bags that nobody gets back because of a special stamp or whatever. You know.
Yeah. I hear you.
And those are bad. So.
Yep. Like this one here, you did for me.
Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Click that bell icon. You could win this if you're the 100th.
That's right. Good job, Keith. Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
I love that disc too. That thing's amazing. I'm gonna have to have you do some more.
Actually, I don't have it with me, but I do have an RCdiscgolf reject. When he asked me to do those 2 discs, I did. I was trying to do a cup pour with a couple different shades of blue and green, stuff like that, and the colors got too muddled together, so it kind of like just looks like a blue wavy disc, but it's blue, but it's got the white RCdiscgolf thing on there, and I don't really have any other use for it, so I'll be giving that to you at some point. I just got to finish and dress it up a little bit, so
awesome.
You'll have one for yourself.
What do you got for me today? Nothing.
Nux.
Nice.
That's what I got. And a whole lot of discs that we geeked out over.
I know, right? Yeah. If you want to drop one on your way out, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Keith. Thanks for stopping in. This was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I love hearing about all your little adventures out there. So we'll keep this going for sure.
Yeah, I do a lot of traveling.
Anytime you do something new like this that I've never heard of, because this is the first year I've ever heard of this, and there's a Hall of Fame. Who knew that? And do you know who got inducted to the Disc Golf Hall of Fame?
I'm not even sure if it's just like a local one or whatever, but there was people there and they were celebrating, and one guy's like,
if you guys know who's in the Disc Golf Hall of Fame, comment and let us know, because that's interesting.
Yeah, share a link or something like that.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning into this episode. Like Keith said, subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. 100 subscriber gets that awesome disc that Keith did for us.
And we'll do a little spoiler. The next one we do might be in an alternate location. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
Stay
tuned.
Stay tuned on that one.
Cool stuff this year. Peace out, guys.